Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market. Today we have an amazing video for you guys. It is going to be Player of the Month. A lot of you guys have been wanting this video, and for that, we're bringing it for you guys. So if you guys do enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. We also had an amazing video out this morning on new 5-star skillers in FIFA 19. So if you guys are on that wave of FIFA 19 hype, if you're here early, get involved with that video as well, guys. Second channel is going to be linked in the description below. We're posting a lot there as well, doing Madden, stream highlights, kind of things like that. And we'll have some more exclusive content there for FIFA 19, so get involved there. So today, guys, what I want to do, what we always do with Player of the Month videos, is talk about the last year's Player of the Month with this situation. Guys, Sadio Mane was the first Player of the Month last year, and it is going to be announced. It is going to be announced, ladies and gentlemen, before FIFA 19 does come out, at least Ultimate Team. So you guys are going to know who wins the Player of the Month going into FIFA 19. So last year what we did was we did an investment video kind of the week of when FIFA 19 comes out, and we killed it. Last year we did really well on a lot of investments for the first Player of the Month. It's usually not crazy hard. It's going to be a difficult Player of the Month, but it's not going to be like the most crazy thing you've ever seen. It will be expensive, but it's not going to be nuts in terms of like informs and things like that. So you guys can see here, I think Mane last year was about 250K. It was a pretty good card. I think it was maybe it was 180, 200 around there. You needed a squad of Premier League players, 83 rated, 10 Premier League players. So we're going to be talking about discard 83s and things like that. You needed 2 players from Senegal, an 82 rated team there. So nothing crazy there. Mane's journey. Kind of one player from each club, but I remember specifically that nothing went up for that. Now there was one thing, I think it was Mane's journey, one Senegal. So you needed one player from Senegal and Liverpool. So they did require, you needed a gold Mane, and for that, I remember last year that gold Mane spiked like crazy. So they did require a gold Mane last year. They required it because you needed Senegal and a Liverpool player in that same squad, and he's the only one. It's at Senegal plus Liverpool. So that did go up a lot last year for that Player of the Month. But we're talking today, right? We're talking today, ladies and gentlemen, about this Player of the Month and what to expect. So, guys, this is what we're looking at. These are all the match day results. This is an image, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to shrink my big ugly face. So give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. All right, now that I've shrunk my face, this is an image coming in from Matt Foot Trading, guys. Matt is really good with content, and he's really good at these graphs. I'm going to put his link to his Twitter down below. His Twitter is very helpful for a lot of people that are going to want to get information in FIFA 19, and we like to do a lot of these collabs, so get with him because he helps me out a lot with the images on YouTube, and his stuff is very good. Like, I only endorse things that I think are very useful, organized, and things like that, and his stuff is really good, so he's helped us get sorted for the video today. He's kind of got a whole list of what he thinks are the rankings for this Player of the Month. I'm not really going to keep rankings in here. I'm just going to tell you guys how I feel about these players and what I think their chances are to win Player of the Month. This video is more a video to inform you guys. Obviously, FIFA 19 isn't out yet, and obviously we're looking at this a little bit early, but I think it's a good video to put out speculation about because, first of all, this is arguably one of the closest Player of the Month races I've ever seen. There's a million candidates here. And second of all, just be ready to go. We'll know who the Player of the Month is, but I wanted to do speculation and kind of talk about it because it is an exciting time for this. Now, Mane's a very interesting one for me, and I think I would put Mane as probably the slight front runner. I think Mane's tied with 2 other guys for me. I don't know who's going to win this, but I'll tell you off the bat, for me, it's Mane, Pereira, and Lucas. I think that these 3 guys are like tied for number 1. I don't know exactly who's going to win, but I think it's basically a coin flip between these 3 guys. I don't know who's going to get them out of these 3 because they all have literally this same statistics, right? Mane's got 3 goals, 3 wins. Pereira's got 3 goals, 3 wins. Lucas has 3 goals, 3 wins, right? That's like none of them really have assists. Mane has 2 man of the matches, whereas Pereira and Lucas only have 1. They all basically have an 8.0 match rating. It really comes down to who is like the team of the month. Who does EA deem to be the best team of the month? Liverpool have had good victories, haven't played anybody crazy challenging. Watford is kind of like a team of the month if you think about it. I think Watford is a team that not a lot of people expected to do that well, and they're right now they're 3-0. They haven't played amazing teams, again, kind of like Liverpool, but to be honest, they're 3-0, and they're tied for the top of the league right now. So that's something very interesting to look at. And then obviously with Tottenham, I think it's a similar situation. Yes, they beat United, but is United that good this year? I don't know. But Lucas had a stellar performance against United. So if you're talking about a big game performance, Lucas's performance against Man United, and I am a Spurs fan. I'm trying to keep this unbiased as possible. Those 2 goals that he scored were massive. And United had Spurs in a tricky situation for the first 30 minutes, and I think Lucas really showed through. So Lucas was a very important player in that game. Spurs pick up 3 wins as well. So I think it's between those three guys. I mean, guys, look at it. You look at the cards of Pereira. Pereira will probably not be that expensive of a player of the month. He'll be about 50 to 60K. If it's Lucas, you could expect Lucas to be probably about 100, 120. And if it's Mane, they're going to throw a 200K SBC at you. It'll be very similar to last year. It'll basically be the same exact card as we got last year, which is about 200K. I would, if it's Mane, guys, any of these players, right? I think your main investment is during the first week of FIFA 19, you look to pick up 82 to 83 rated Premier League players when they're low, right? The discard kind of guys, and just stock them in your club. I think if anything I learned last year from Player of the Months, never try to expect the unexpected. Just expect what you know is going to happen. And every time for Player of the Month, there is a Premier League requirement in the squad. So I was always picking up last year. My main man was Petr Cech. He would go from like literally 18K to 35K on the morning of Player of the Month because they would always require an 85 rated team, 11 Premier League players or 10 Premier League, even if it was 6 Premier League players, the check goes high because that position is very, you had Lloris, and then other than that, it was just kind of check. So I like Check a lot last year for Player of the Month. He went up a lot. It's all about finding who's going to be that guy this year. You have a lot of other guys where Richarlison looked really good for Player of the Month. Thought he was going to win it, and then he got a red card in his last game. So I don't think Richarlison's going to win, especially because Everton has 2 draws this month where you've got the front 3 candidates all have 3 wins on the month. So I think that that's a lot more promising as a Player of the Month. Aguero did look. City does not have 3 wins this month, but Aguero has 3 goals as well, and he's got the highest match rating I think on average out of all of these guys. So, you know, is that tie going to hinder Aguero to win Player of the Month? It very well could. But Aguero has stepped up, and they haven't had KDB, I believe, the last 2 games. So, give or take, Aguero's still in the race as well. Mitrovic has a lot of goals, 3 goals, but they've got 2 losses, so I don't have him in there. Callum Wilson looked really good up until the last week. Don't think Callum Wilson's really going to get in there. Kane's got 2 goals and an assist, but I would put Lucas over Kane at this point. Lucas had a phenomenal performance last week. I think Lucas is going to do it, guys. I think Lucas, for me, if I were to give you guys a hunch, I would say I think because there's a little bit of a bias at EA with Liverpool, I think Mane will win because Liverpool's had a phenomenal month. I would tie it as second as Pereira and Lucas. You can make arguments for them all, right? Pereira is on Watford, and that's not a team that you usually see after 3 games with 9 points. And he's been one of the main catalysts of the reason why they're doing so well. You've got a lot of different variables here with trying to figure out who is going to win. All we do know is that, guys, we are going to know who Player of the Month is before this game, before FIFA 19 comes out. So you guys will all be aware. EA will tweet it. If you guys want to go look back at last year, like EA tweeted who won Player of the Month. So everybody watching this video, you guys will know. I would tell you guys this, in my experience of Player of the Month, EA cares the most about goals. It just don't really matter. We've had Player of the Months before where I think last year Harry Kane had 6 goals and no assists, and Aguero had 6 goals and 3 assists, and guess who won Player of the Month? Harry Kane won Player of the Month. So maybe it's an English bias. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but all I know is that Aguero had 9 goal contributions, and Kane ended up winning with 6 because they had the same amount of goals, and I think EA thought he was the best thing. Now, guys, in terms of voting, there's going to be something that comes out for a vote. There's going to be main candidates very soon. I don't know when that's going to be. Just remember that it's only a 10% fan vote. It's 10% fan vote. It's not like crazy. I'll put it this way, and I know this sucks to hear. Your vote doesn't really matter. It's 90% voted by I don't know the exact people who vote for it, but it's 90% voted by them. And usually whoever they pick is going to be the winner. Just to give you guys the heads up. Like usually whoever they pick, that's going to be the winner of the Player of the Month. As well, guys, I would also follow PFA on Twitter. I followed PFA last year a lot of the time to figure out. They do the Player of the Year at the end of the year and the Young Player of the Year. They usually are a good measure for like who's going to win Player of the Month. And they got, I think last year for the EA Sports FIFA Player of the Month, I know that it's not necessarily EA that votes, but I know it's very similar. Last year, PFA was correlative or similar to the EA Player of the Month in 5 out of 6 of the Player of the Months in my memory. They almost were exactly the same Player of the Month on both things, even though they're different. So you guys might want to follow PFA on Twitter. That could help you guys out for sure. And yeah, look, it's a really close Player of the Month race. I'm really excited because I think, honestly, you have a lot of usable cards right away in FIFA with whoever the hell wins this Player of the Month. I think Pereira, you might look at that card and say, well, it's not that usable. I think it is. I really think that is something that is a very usable card in FIFA. And then I think you've got Mane, who's going to be that pace dude that you want to rock with in your starter team, and he'll be OP. And then Lucas is obviously a Brazilian cam. I think that's a beautiful one. Again, Matt, thank you for the graphic, man. This is all data created by Who Scored. He has it on the graphic. It's only 3 game weeks for August, so this is now over, and then we start to look at September Player of the Month. And it'll be interesting because FIFA 19 drops at the end of September, and we'll basically be getting like almost back-to-back weeks of Player of the Month. We'll be getting August Player of the Month, and then like a week or two later, we'll be getting September Player of the Month. So it'll be really fun how close it is back-to-back, and there's going to be a lot of ways to make money. We'll talk a little bit closer to FIFA 19 about investments, and once there's a winner, we'll talk about exactly what we think is going to be good investments for this Player of the Month. Guys, thank you for watching the video today. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below, who is your Player of the Month? Who do you guys think is going to win? And yes, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a video soon. Peace out.